welcome to my channel. My name's Laura and I'm here today to talk you through my Nintendo 3DS collection. I'm going to go through all of the games that I own. This is also part of my sort of Beat the Backlog series. I've not included my 3DS games in the Beat the Backlog series as yet because obviously it just pushes the numbers up, which doesn't help my mental health, but I do include them in my backlog and I do play them as often as I can. So I'm not going to talk too much about each game because it would just get a lot. So I'm just going to go through them quickly, say whether they're on my backlog or not, and if there's anything particularly interesting in there, I'll perhaps add a little bit more to the commentary. First we have Bravely Default. This is a game that I played the demo for, but not the actual game. I've never actually started this, although I have got, as you'll see in a second, Bravely Default Second Lair, and I've also got Bravely Default 2 on Switch, but not played any of them. My husband has played this all the way through. As you'll see, neither of us have started Bravely Second yet. But yeah, first game, and it's on the backlog, Bravely Default. Second game, Bravely Second and Lair. This game, you can see it's still sealed. Neither me or my husband have played this game, and it's therefore in my backlog. Next game is Crush 3D. This is a game I bought right at the start of having a 3DS. There weren't that many games out for it. Obviously, if you know when the 3DS first came out, it wasn't a very popular console. Nobody really bought it. There wasn't that many games for it. Obviously, it took off after that when they dropped the price, etc, etc. But yeah, Crush 3D, it's kind of like a little platform game. It wasn't very good. I did play some of it. I'm not going to include it on my backlog because I'm not looking to go back and finish this. It just wasn't good enough. Chibi Robo Ziplash. This one we got because it kind of came with an amiibo, and I think it was only like £5 or £7 or something with the amiibo included in the package. I don't think this game gets very much hype. I don't think it's meant to be that good. I've not really got any intention of including it in my backlog, so I'm not going to count it in the numbers, but I might try it on a testing out games vlog or video at some point, so I might give it a go, but I'm not going to include it in the backlog. Next we have Codename Steam. This is not my kind of game. This is like a strategy something. This is one of my husband's games, not mine. But yeah, Codename Steam, not on the backlog. Next is a game I've actually finished, which is Detective Pikachu. I really enjoyed this. I thought it might be a little bit too hand-holdy. I say this all the time about this game. It might be a little bit too hand-holdy when I first started playing it, but when I got into it, I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for the sequel that's coming out soon. So this one is finished, so not on the backlog. Next we have a little run of Dragon Quest games. So we've got Dragon Quest 7, Fragments of the Forgotten Past, Dragon Quest 8, Journey of the Cursed King. As you can see, this one's not been played. This one I did start, but I just didn't really get into it at the time when I was playing it, so this one is on the backlog, as is this one, obviously unopened in the backlog. Next is Dead or Alive Dimensions. This is, I've got my finger in a very unfortunate place. This is Dead or Alive Dimensions. This is another one that's not mine. I think it's a fighting game. Yes, it's a fighting game. Not my kind of thing. This is another one that's one of my husband's games. So not on my backlog, but in the collection. And then we have 7th Dragon 3, Code VFO. I do not know much about this game. I think it's something my husband's bought. Looks kind of cool. Yeah, I would play this. But I don't know if I'm going to put it on my backlog because I'd never heard of it, so I picked it up just now. Sometimes things just slip into the collection, you don't really notice. I'm not going to include this in the backlog, but it's another one I might try actually, have a little testing out some videos thing. Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. This is one I bought for cheap. It was £10. Still got the price label on it. I bought this when I started playing the Wii Mickey game and I really enjoyed it, and I did start this, but this was very, I think, 2D platformy. I didn't really get on with it very well, so I'm not going to include it in the backlog. But Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. Etrian Odyssey, Untold, the Fnafnir Night. Fnafnir? Is that how you say that? Fnafnir Night? I'm not sure. This is another one that's something that my husband's put in here. Again, it looks quite good. Yeah, this is one that I'm not going to put on the backlog because I'm not that familiar with it. I don't really know much about this one, but it's here in the collection. Ever Oasis. This is a great game. I actually started this and I was really enjoying it. I just got distracted from my 3DS by Switch games and kind of didn't go back to pick it up when I went back to my 3DS. I picked up the Last Windows Secret of Cape West, and that made me want to play that straight away. So I kind of left this one unfinished, but I was enjoying it. It's sort of almost Zelda-y with its dungeons that you go into, puzzly bits, but RPG. I think it was turn-based fighting, or it could have been action. My edition is French, so I don't really know what any of this says on the back. My French is very poor, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. This is definitely going on the backlog as a pile of shame game. So not one, but 2 copies of Fantasy Life, because this game was so good. Me and my husband both had to have a copy so that we could play it at the same time, and you can join each other's worlds, and we helped each other play it, and this was amazing. This is great RPG, and there's a new one coming out for the Switch very, very soon, and I'm super excited about it, and there's hardly any information out, and Fantasy Life is so good. If you've not tried Fantasy Life, try it. There's all different types of job categories that you can have. It's action adventure RPG elements in the main world, and then you go back to your town and you can sew, you can cook, you can do ironmongery, you do woodwork, and you do all these different crafts. And when you do them in the job categories that you're in, you build up your lives, and you can get like bronze, silver, gold ratings on the lives. I think it's been ages since I've played this, but I would 100% recommend it to anybody, and I cannot wait for the Switch game to come out. I'm dying for it. Fantasy Life. Then we have a little stack of 3 games that I'm not going to be adding to the backlog. These are my husband's games. We've got Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia Echoes, Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, and these are just not my kind of thing. I don't like strategy RPGs. I keep saying I'm going to try a strategy RPG, and if I do try one, it'd definitely be a Fire Emblem game. I don't know if it would be one of these or one of the Switch games, but yeah, it's kind of not on my priority list at the moment, just because I've got a lot of games that I'm really interested in playing, and I'm not looking to kind of try things that I'm not sure about at the moment. Kirby games. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which I've completed, not on the backlog. Kirby Planet Robobot, which I've completed, not on the backlog. And Kirby Triple Deluxe, which is my favourite Kirby game. Still, to this day, I think, even with Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but I have completed it, so it's not on the backlog. The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I'm going to put this on the backlog. Probably. I would like to get to it at some point. I've only completed one Zelda game, which we'll probably see in a minute, and I don't know about this one. Maybe I'll throw it in for the numbers, but I might take it off at a later date. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. I have never really got along with Kingdom Hearts games. I don't know why. I try them over and over again, and they just never really click with me. This one was the same. I started playing it, I was kind of enjoying it, but it didn't set my world alight, I would say, and I don't think I'm going to include this on the backlog just because it's one that I've tried and discounted before. Layton's Mystery Journey, Catriel and the Millionaire Conspiracy. I played this game through all the way. It was really good. It wasn't like a normal Professor Layton game, so I didn't rate it as highly as the normal Professor Layton games. This also came out on the Switch, so I think it's came out on everything eventually. But I did get this. Obviously got this. But yeah, this is Catriel's version of Layton. Didn't click so well with me, but I have finished it, so it's not on the backlog. Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. Finished this game. I loved it. It was my favourite Zelda, the only one I've finished, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it's great. Play this game, it's brilliant. And then Luigi's Mansion, the GameCube remake. I've actually not finished this. I started it and I just couldn't really get into it. I know it's meant to be quite easy, and perhaps it is. I got stuck a couple of times and I was just like, ugh, can't be bothered with it, and so I kind of left it. Would I count it as my pile of shame? No, I don't think so. Am I going to include it on my backlog? No. And we have Luigi's Mansion 2, or Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon in America. This one was really, really good. I love this game. I played it all the way through in one go, not in one sitting or anything, but I didn't play anything else while I was playing it. I really committed to this game and I really enjoyed it. And it's my favourite Luigi's Mansion game, even over Luigi's Mansion 3. This is my favourite. I loved the little mission-based sort of element of it. It was really, really good. And that's not on the backlog because I finished it. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam Bros. I've tried Bowser's Inside Story of the Mario and Luigi games. I didn't get on with it well at all. I'm not going to include this one on my backlog because this is still sealed. We have still got a few sealed 3DS games, but I'm not going to put this one on my backlog because I don't really get on with the format. It doesn't really work for me, so I might try it again at some point, but no. Same sort of thing. Mario and Luigi, Dream Team Bros. Again, not something I'm going to be including in my backlog, but nice to have it. Obviously Mario Kart 7, amazing game, so good. Not including it on the backlog because I don't feel it's completable. I know it's completable, but not for me. It's the kind of game that I would pick up and play a few levels here and there, and then I'd have no interest in beating every single level, beating every single cup and Grand Prix and all of that. No. Super Mario 3D Land. This is a game that I have played and finished and really enjoyed more than I thought I would. I don't really like platform games in general, but I gave this a go, and I don't know if I put a vote, I don't know if my husband picked it for me or if I put a vote on Instagram or something and this is what people chose me to play next, but I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would. Normally with platform games, even with games like Kirby, I will go through a level and by the time I get to that level I'm like, I'm done, I can't be bothered to play any more of this now. I'm just going to sort of sack it off essentially until the next time I sit down and I'll play one level again. But this, I was playing through multiple levels. Every time I sat down with it, I would just put hours and hours into it as I was playing it, and I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, Super Mario 3D Land, not on the backlog because it is completed. Yokai Watch, this is on the backlog, definitely. As you can see, it's still sealed. I don't think this first game is actually seen or known as the best Yokai Watch game, but obviously until I finish this one I don't want to buy any more in case I don't enjoy it, but I think I will. It seems right up my street. I'm not sure why I've not picked this up as yet, but I haven't, so backlog. And then we have Sega 3D Classic Collection. This one is not going to be going on my backlog, it's not my kind of thing. Retro games, also I just don't feel like it's completable. I might play a little bit of it here and there, but I don't like these kind of collection video arcade thingies. This is Ryan's, this is more my husband's kind of thing, so no. Yoshi's New Island, I really, really wanted to play this. I bought it because I wanted it and I've just not played it at all. This is the second Yoshi game I've got. The first one I at least started, the one on the Switch. This one I've not even touched, so bad Laura on the backlog. And we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Yes, I mean, I want to get to all the Xenoblade games, but I've not played any of them, and so effectively they're all on my backlog, and one day I will have unlimited time where I can sit and play all of the huge RPGs that I want to, and when that day comes, the world will rejoice. WarioWare Gold, this is great. I've played this. I wouldn't call this a completable game, although I appreciate it has a storyline, probably. I enjoyed it when I got it. It's not the best WarioWare game, although to be honest I've not been enjoying any of the recent WarioWare games. I think the best one was the DS one. Loved that one. This one, it was alright, not great. Like, I don't know, it should have been better than it was I think, but I just didn't enjoy it as much. So yeah, not on the backlog. Virtue's Last Reward, amazing game. Played it all the way through, got all the endings, completely 100%ed it, loved it. Virtue's Last Reward. Ghost Recon Shadow Wars, I don't know, not mine, but in the collection. Not on the backlog. Super Smash Bros. Again, this is not my kind of game. I don't like fighting games really. I'll play them occasionally, but it's not my kind of thing, and this one is not on my backlog. This is another one that's my husband's game. Street Fighter something. What is it? Street Fighter 4 3D. Not for me, not my kind of thing. This is my husband's game. I think he enjoyed it. I think it was like, again, it was when there wasn't much out on the 3DS when it first came out, if I'm right. This was the game I think we got with the 3DS to begin with, but not for me. Star Fox 64 3D. This is another one that is not my kind of game, not my sort of thing. It's not mine. It's not my backlog. The first one of this next pile is Picross 3D. I'm surprised this is still sealed because I love Picross games and I don't know why I haven't opened this and played it yet, but I will. Backlog. Although, no, I'm not going to say backlog. Do you know what I'm going to say? It's on my backlog, but not necessarily to complete, because it's another one that I don't think it's really completable, although I'm sure it is. Obviously you can unlock and complete all the levels and then it's completed, but I'm not going to play it that way. Play by my own rules. And then we have Paper Mario Sticker Star. This one I wasn't interested in, but I've been playing Origami King again and I'm really enjoying that game. So I might give this a go. I know it's not meant to be a very good one. It's meant to be like a rubbish Paper Mario game compared to some of them, but I might give it a little go and see how I get on with it. So for now I'm going to put it on the backlog. Pilot Wings Resort. I'm not going to put this on my backlog. it's not, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's like a flying thing, and it's not really my kind of flying thing, so I'm not going to include it in my backlog. Project X Zone and Project X Zone 2, these are both tactical RPGs. I honestly don't know, original tactical gameplay, tactical RPG crossover. So yeah, these are both my husband's games, which is why I don't know anything about them, but they exist in my collection. Puzzle and Dragons Z plus Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Edition. I've played this a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a completable game, but I did really enjoy what I played of it when I was playing it. It's a puzzle game. It's like a move the tiles, make the lines, the end. Really enjoyed it. Not on the backlog. The Sealed Still. This is the only Professor Layton game that I've not played, and this is the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright crossover game. The reason why I've never played this is because I've never completed an Ace Attorney game, a Phoenix Wright game. I've played loads of them. I've got a lot of them downloaded on my 3DS, and I've got one on my Switch as well that I've started playing, and I've just never got to the end of one. I don't know what it is about Phoenix Wright games. I just never seem to finish them, but I didn't want to play this until I'd finished all the Phoenix Wright games. I have played all the Professor Layton games apart from this one, so this is on my backlog, and I'm just starting to think maybe I should just play it without completing all the Phoenix Wright games. If anybody's played this and you know, do I need to have played the Ace Attorney games to play this or not? Is it spoilers? Let me know. Then we have a couple of Professor Layton games which I have completed and finished. They are the Azran Legacy and the Miracle Mask. I loved both of these. Played them in quite a quick succession because I was playing Professor Layton games as soon as they came out, but then obviously the kind of last three games worked into an overarching storyline, so after I finished the third one I held back on playing these so I could kind of play them back to back, which I did. It was great. Professor Layton games are amazing. Cannot wait for the new one that's coming out. Honestly, I'm going to explode. Then we have Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Sun. I completed Pokemon Sun. My husband played Pokemon Moon. I really enjoyed this entry in the series actually. It had like a lot of differences with regard to them being on the islands and things like that. I just thought it was really good. I'm going to class both of these as completed because I know they're the same storyline essentially. You know, pick one or the other. I chose Sun, so completed. Same for Pokemon X and Y. I played Y, my husband played X, and I don't need to include these in backlog because I completed Y. Really enjoyed it actually. I like the setting for that one. I think those were the last Pokemon games that I really enjoyed, those two. Super Mario Bros 2, not played this. I'm not going to include it on my backlog though because I don't really like platform games, and although I like 3D World, I don't think I'd enjoy this. Maybe I'll give it a go at some point, but for now I'm not including it. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. These two are not, I don't think they're my kind of thing. I might enjoy them once I get into them, but I'm not going to include them in my backlog just because I don't think they're really for me, and otherwise it's overwhelming. You can only include so much in the games that you actually want to finish, isn't it? Utopia, I freaking love this. I think it was really easy and quite repetitive, but funny. And also the game loop of the repetitiveness was really, really good for me. This is like a 30-hour game and I finished it in a less than a week, and I was working full time. I just couldn't stop playing it. I really, really loved it. And I've seen a lot of people slag it off for how easy it is and how basic and repetitive and things like that. But I really, really enjoyed it. I didn't buy it again on the Switch because I played it all the way through. I didn't see any value in replaying it, but I really loved my time with this. And it's the first time I've completed a game like a normal sized RPG in such a short amount of time. So Metroid Samus Returns. I don't like Metroid games, don't like Metroidvania games. I get lost walking from one end of the street to the other, so I'm not going to play a game that I get lost in. Same Metroid Federation Force. I don't even know what this is. I don't like Metroid games, and I think because I don't have the love of that franchise, this does not appeal to me. Not on the backlog. Harry Potter or Lego Harry Potter, years 5 to 7. I played Lego Harry Potter the first 4 years on the DS. It's got the DS game, and I bloody loved it when I was playing it. And then I got this like a few months later, and I was like, oh, I loved the first one so much. I'll definitely love this. And they changed the controls a little bit, obviously because it's 3DS to DS, and it was like an improvement, and they improved the controls, I suppose. But I just didn't get on with it nearly as well as I got on with the first one, and after a few levels I was just and obviously we don't like Harry Potter anymore anyway, do we? So And then the last two games, but I only have one of them, is Theatre Rhythm, Final Fantasy, and I also have Curtain Call. But I've lent that to my nephew because he played Final Barline when we were all on holiday, for like a family holiday, and I think he enjoyed it. So I gave him Curtain Call to try on his 3DS. I can probably borrow Final Barline at some point, but I'm still playing that, so he can't have it yet. Of the Theatre Rhythm games, I enjoyed both of them. I put a lot more hours into this one than I did Curtain Call, just because I think I really maxed myself out with it. And then obviously there was such a huge break until Final Barline came out that I'm obsessed again now. But yeah, I completed this to my own mind. Console wise, for the 3DS, we have this one, which is the original first, like we queued up for the 3DS midnight on release day, and we got like the first 3DS. So this is an Ambassador console. It's not charged up or anything at the moment, so I can't really show you it, but yeah, this is an original 3DS. As soon as it came out, we bought this, and we've had it ever since and looked after it well. And that's the one that we were going to have this as a shared console, but my husband just absolutely stole it and kept it for himself. And then for my first, technically that was my first 3DS because we shared it, but my first actual 3DS was my Animal Crossing New Leaf Special Edition 3DS XL. I loved this. I put so many hours into this. I played so much New Leaf when it came out. I would love to still use this, but unfortunately, you can probably see that the shoulder has cracked. And honestly, I don't even dare to open this anymore. As soon as I do, I feel like it's just going to crack, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love this console so much, and I wish I could still use it, but I can't. So when I stopped being able to use that, I bought myself a little pink 3DS. And again, this is a very basic one. Basic models, it's basically the pink version of this, but not shiny. And I really love this one. I covered it in stickers, and it's still got like sticker residue all over it. But yeah, this one's really cute. I still use this sometimes if I'm going to just play something for fun and I don't want it to interrupt the game that I'm currently playing. And then my final one, I've got the 3DS. So I got this one with the coloured buttons and the changeable cover plates, which I absolutely love. I normally have non-matching cover plates just because it's fun to live that way. But I did do a video, like a little short video not that long ago, about all my cover plate collection. I've got quite a few of them. I went through a phase of looking on Amazon. There was like loads of them that were just 99p. I think they were just trying to get rid of them, so I bought loads. I've got quite a big cover plate collection. But this is my current 3DS that I use all the time. That is the whole 3DS collection. That's my 3DSs. That was all my games. And I'm interested to see what that's going to do to my backlog, because I'll be adding this up as I go through editing the video, and I'll have a number somewhere on the screen that will be my 3DS backlog. I don't think it's that big actually, to be honest. As I went through, there's probably only, I'm going to guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or not, I think it's about 15 or less games I've got on my backlog for the 3DS. Big talk, big talk. We will see. But anyway, thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching this long if you did, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.